in order to drive home the point of the miracle,
Yeah.
would you mind going on my Twitter and bringing it up on the?
Yeah.
It sounds a little vain. Oh, let's go to my Twitter. I wrote something. It just there's a diagram that I
Yeah.
took a photograph of that kind of.
Oh yeah, I just saw it. Here we go. Yeah, this is crazy.
I just want to explain to the folks at home
Yeah,
what we're
one,
looking at here.
one inch to the left or the right, you're
Yeah.
done.
So you see on the top, right?
Yeah.
That's how Trump's head orientation was during the speech. And then
Yeah.
for some reason, at that very moment,
Yeah.
he turned his head a little bit to the right. And
You know why he did that? To look at the chart that he put up of illegal immigration, a giant chart all the way to the 90 degrees of him. So thank you very much. So it's, dude, you understand? The first thing I thought of when I saw that, it's Bilam. He wanted to curse, and the curse came to him. These people brought in the illegal immigrants, and then Trump put a chart of this phenomenon, this legal immigration, and he looked in that direction, and then that's it.
Do you realize, by the way, that part of the head is the same place that JFK got shot?
Correct.
That's precisely where he got shot.
The back of the head, yeah.
The side, the right side, back side.
Yeah. Remember in Seinfeld, back into the right.
I don't remember that.
In Seinfeld, they had a whole thing about the the baseball player Keith Hernandez. They were reenacting like somebody spitting, and he's like back into the right. Whatever. Yeah, that's a it's a miracle. It's from God.
Clearly. So it's literally it is a miracle, and this miracle is more accessible than a miracle that just occurred, which is 1 billion trillion times greater, more obvious than even this, which is what happened in Israel.
Yeah.
Right? With the 300 giant bombs, gigantic, huge bombs that Iran sent.
Correct.
That hit Israel.
I was there. They were over my head.
Greg was there. And it killed no one. It hurt a little girl.
Yeah.
I hope she's recovered by now.
Yeah.
Or on the road to recovery if she isn't fully recovered. Okay. And then you have people like McGregor who, it shows how, Iran was showing how advanced they are in projectile warfare, that they could aim. They did it just to show Israel how strong they are, that Israel better behave. And that's complete nonsense because, as we've said before, Iran couldn't even find a helicopter pilot who could fly their president without crashing him and everybody else in a mountain.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think, that throws that theory right out into the, puts it to the wayside.
Yeah.
Okay. That Iran is so unbelievably advanced. Okay. It was one of the biggest miracles that ever happened. Right.
Yeah.
But since mankind itself is so asleep, so dumb, so in such darkness, people just, kind of looked away as if it was nothing. But this one is something that, and also not just because mankind was asleep. A lot of people hate the Jews. Okay. So everybody who hates the Jews is going to marginalize that miracle, diminish it as much as they can. Because a lot of people really can't stand the idea that God would do anything good for the Jews. Christians who hate Jews and Muslims that really hate Jews, right? They can't. So they're going to diminish anything that God does, which clearly seems to favor Israel. They're going to diminish it. They're going to marginalize it. They're going to minimize it. And so for that reason, and there's a lot of people like that who are in the media. So they're going to have an influence on others, right? Because they're the ones who spread information. So they minimize the giant miracle. But this one is more accessible to everybody because it's not something done to the Jews. It's done to the most famous man on earth, President Trump, right? and they tried to kill him. And his story is the most widely known story. Trump is the most famous man who ever lived. He's the most famous man who ever lived, and and everybody has something to say about him. Everybody on earth knows him. Okay, and they know what he wants to do. You either love him or hate him, and they just tried to kill him, and they screwed up, and they missed. That and it was clear as day, and so it doesn't have that filter on it like anything, like what happened in Israel.
Yeah,
Trump, like no one is like, there's no stumbling block. There's no like weight holding a person back from seeing the openness of that miracle.
For sure.
So in that sense, it's a much smaller miracle, even though it's not. It's a very huge miracle. Very huge.
Yeah.
Because of the possible implications of what would happen if that miracle didn't happen, right?
Yeah.
So in that sense, it's a very, very, very big miracle. Very big miracle.
Yeah.
But it's something that everybody that everybody can benefit from. No one. It's very, very difficult to deny that. Okay.
Yeah.
Even those who hate Trump. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, that was literally, like, I think at that moment they really understood that, like, the leftists, the Marxists, all the different branches of that hydra, of that leftist Gnostic fruitcake hydra, right? The trans with the Muslims and the Antifa and the Black Lives Matter and all that shit. It's all the same thing. I think they really understood that indeed God exists, and he seems to be protecting Trump. And I think they all felt that in that moment. They all felt that knot in their stomach, that dread of what's coming to them when they realized how badly they effed up. And you have these maniacs, these retards, like making TikTok videos and YouTube and videos, ranting and raving how they wish that they're mad at the shooter for missing. They're completely, like, they know that they essentially know they're done.